Welcome back to my channel, Cord Cutting in Sports. This video is my NFL guide to cord cutting for the upcoming 2022 season. Now, before I begin, just a couple quick things that I want to go over. First, if you're a college football fan, please be sure to check out my college football guide to cord cutting, either the video on this channel or the web or PDF versions on my website. Second, there will be a web version of this guide in addition to a PDF version. The links for those will be in the description of the video. And third, for any changes or updates or corrections to information that's in this video, there will be a pinned comment in the comment section below it. So please make sure you look there again if you're watching this, weeks or months after it's been published. All right, so with that said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so on the screen now, there's a list of all the different topics that I'm going to go through and talk about. I won't bother listing them all out now, but I would just say that this video will have chapters in it, so if there are specific, areas or topics that you're familiar with, and don't really need to be informed about, then obviously feel free to skip those, jump around in the video itself. Okay, so what's new for the upcoming 2022 season? The first major change is that the free Yahoo mobile streaming rights no longer exist. So last year, and I think it was going back to even 2019, you could watch basically your local in-market games Sunday afternoons and also the national games, Thursday night football, Sunday night football, Monday night football, and then some of the Saturday games, depending on which network they're broadcast on, for free in various apps on phones and tablets. So the Yahoo Sports app, the main Yahoo app, the NFL app, I think also the NFL Network app maybe had it as well. What is happening for this year is the NFL came out with their own product called NFL Plus. I'll get into it in terms of more details about it later in this video. But now you have to pay for what previously was free. And there's a version of NFL Plus that also replaces Game Pass. Now, all the other changes listed below are for the specific streaming services that carry NFL channels. So FuboTV has removed its starter plan, which was its cheapest plan, and it also moved its 4K content to the Elite plan. So 4K content previously was on the cheapest plans at no cost. However, for all new subscribers and current subscribers, it's now on a higher level plan. Hulu Live upgraded its DVR basically to the enhanced DVR, and so now for all plans. And also it technically has a plan for $1 per month cheaper than its regular rate if you do not want Disney Plus or ESPN Plus. DIRECTV Stream used to be known as AT&T TV, or originally known as DIRECTV Now, also improved its DVR by upgrading it to just offering unlimited space for all customers. Vidgo introduced a new plan known as Premium, and that plan includes DVR service. However, it also moved NFL Network Red Zone from the Plus plan to the Premium plan. It also raised the price of its Plus plan by $5 a month. And lastly, ESPN Plus, which will air one NFL game this year, raised its monthly price just a couple weeks ago by $3 a month to now $10 per month. And it also raised its annual price by $30 per year. So now it is $100 per year. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about is just a little bit about local and national games versus out-of-market games. So the only way that, the only legal way to watch, all out or any out-of-market live Sunday afternoon games, meaning the games that are being broadcast on CBS or Fox, starting at 1 o'clock or 1:05, 4:05, or 4:25, is with NFL Sunday Ticket or NFL Sunday Ticket.tv, which is basically the streaming version of it. So NFL Sunday Ticket is what you get if you are a DirecTV subscriber, and then you either subscribe to the package by paying for it, or if they sometimes offer it to it for free to you. And then like I said, NFLSundayTicket.tv is the streaming package. There are several ways you can purchase that. If you are a currently enrolled college student, you can get it, and you can also get it at a discounted rate. Or if you live in a building that can't receive DirecTV or satellite service in general, then you're eligible to purchase it. Or there are some specific zip codes within 29 total NFL DMAs. So what I mean by that is basically there are 29 local television areas where the DirecTV has allowed NFL Sunday Ticket.tv, the streaming product, to be purchased. But it's only specific zip codes within those areas. And those areas obviously are correspond to existing NFL teams. Now, NFL Plus, the new service that I talked about briefly on the last slide, has a premium version, and that offers all out-of-market game replays, after the games have finished. So you don't get to see any live out-of-market games with that, only replays. The other main option you have to watch, parts of out-of-market games is obviously NFL Network Red Zone, as it, jumps back and forth between different games. So this guide is going to focus primarily on how you can watch local in-market games and also the national games as well. Next, I'd like to go ahead and talk about the different channels that will carry NFL games for this upcoming season. And you can see also behind each of them on the screen are the various apps, that you can use to watch these channels, in addition, of course, to any streaming service app that you might subscribe to. Okay, so first we have ESPN, and also related to that, ABC. Primarily, it will air Monday Night Football, although there is a doubleheader of games that ABC will air on a Saturday in January. And I'm going to talk more about these different broadcast windows as well later in the video. ABC is also going to air a total of 5 different games on Monday Night Football. Then you have Fox and CBS, which both air the Sunday afternoon, regional, local in-market coverage. Then, of course, you have NBC, which airs Sunday Night Football. NFL Network, which is going to air 7 exclusive games again this year. 3 of them are scheduled for a Saturday in December. 3 of them are scheduled for Sunday morning, 9:30 Eastern as international games, and there's also 1 night game on Christmas Eve. Then you have NFL Network Red Zone, which doesn't, air full NFL games, but it basically jumps back and forth between different games. So I included that as well. Now, those are all, linear TV channels. Now, for your online, basically streaming only options, you have Amazon Prime, which is going to exclusively air Thursday Night Football. You have ESPN Plus, which is going to air 1 international Sunday morning game. You have Paramount Plus, which is just a way to stream the CBS games, and Peacock, which is a streaming service you can use to stream the NBC games. Now, just to go a little more in depth on what I was talking about on the last slide, here you can see a chart which basically has the different broadcast windows listed on it, and then the channels that will carry games for each of those windows, and then the different options you can use to basically get those channels. So obviously an antenna is going to be an option for anything that's on your broadcast networks like CBS, Fox, NBC, ABC. But for something like ESPN, you're going to need to subscribe to some type of streaming service. For NFL Network, you're going to need to subscribe to a streaming service. ESPN Plus obviously is its own separate streaming service. But you have all the broadcast windows here broken down. So we have the Sunday afternoon regional. So again, that's like the 1 p.m., 1:05 p.m., 4:05 p.m., 4:25 p.m. games, where there's usually multiple games going on at the same time, and some part of the country gets one game, and other parts get different games. Then you have Sunday Night Football, which includes basically a bunch of Sunday night games. It's actually going to be 17 Sunday night games, and then there are also 2 Thursday night games, one of which is the opening game of the season on September 8th, Bills at Rams. Then the other one is Thanksgiving night. Then you have Thursday Night Football. This is now again exclusively on Amazon Prime. It will also be streamed for free via the Twitch app. Then you also have Monday Night Football, which again is going to be split between ESPN and ABC, although most of those ABC games are also airing on ESPN. There's only basically one ABC exclusive Monday Night Football game, and that's in week 2 when they have a doubleheader where one game starts at 7:15 and then another game starts at 8:30, so they overlap. So they have to be on, it's two different channels for two different games. Then you have basically Saturday games. There's going to be a triple header of NFL Network games on a Saturday in December. There's also going to be a Christmas Eve game currently scheduled between the Raiders and Steelers, and Christmas Eve is on a Saturday. And then there's going to be a doubleheader of games on a Saturday in January, which are going to air on ABC. The doubleheader and the tripleheader of games are not determined yet. And then Sunday morning, which are basically all international games, there's going to be 3 of them on NFL Network. There's going to be 1 of them on ESPN Plus. Now, one thing I do want to mention is all of the cable, essentially what we call cable channel games, meaning games that are not carried by CBS, Fox, or NBC, are broadcast on OTA or over-the-air stations in the markets of the 2 teams participating in the game. So what that means is if you have Thursday Night Football, or you have Monday Night Football, or you have a game airing on NFL Network, okay, the 2 teams playing that game will have that game shown in their home markets. Both of the teams, home and away. I mean, international, there's no real home and away, but in both teams' markets on a local OTA station. Typically it's a local ABC channel, but not always. So just be aware, if you're able to pick up local OTA over-the-air stations via an antenna, you will still be able to watch games from the cable channels or streaming things like Amazon Prime. If you're in the home market of the team that you want to follow. Now, you'll see also listed here NFL Plus as an option, but again, I'll get into it in more detail later, but that is only, again, for mobile streaming for phones and tablets. Now, I'll just talk briefly about some free ways that you can watch games. I've already mentioned this, obviously, multiple times, but, using an antenna, you can pick up games that are going to be airing on ABC, CBS, Fox, NBC, and obviously that's going to be dependent on how far or how close you are to the broadcast towers for the market that you're in. There are obviously still many people who live in rural areas and cannot pick up one or more stations that are listed there with an antenna, just because they're too far away from the towers, or they're behind a hill or a mountain, or something's blocking the reception between where they're located and where the towers are. And again, just to repeat what I basically already said, the cable channel games are all broadcast via antenna, meaning via local stations in the markets of the 2 teams that play in the game. Also, just to repeat something else I said previously, Amazon Thursday Night Football games will be broadcast via the Twitch app. I mean, they did this previously when they broadcast Thursday Night Football in past years, and it appears that they are going to do it continuing for this year coming up as well. All right, so next I'd like to go through and start summarizing the different streaming services that are out there. Basically, what you would need to purchase in order to get the cable channels, such as ESPN, NFL Network, or what you might need to purchase just to get local channels if you're not able to receive them via an antenna. First up, we have Sling. It has 2 basic plans, orange and blue. They're each $35 a month. If you combine them, then the total cost is $50 a month. There's also sports extra packages. Individually for Orange and Blue, they're $11 per month each. However, if you combine them, meaning you get Sling Orange and Sling Blue and the Sports Extra package, which includes the channels from both of those Sports Extra add-ons, then the total cost is $65 a month. The DVR is relatively modest at only 50 hours for free. However, you can upgrade that to 200 hours for an extra $5 a month. One thing, though, just to be aware of is you only get one stream on all of the Orange package channels. So this includes ESPN and all other ESPN related channels. However, you do get 3 streams on the Blue package channels. Now, one thing just to point out before I continue. So that doesn't, the one simultaneous streaming ESPN, might not matter in terms of watching NFL games. But if you are a college football fan, that means you cannot watch like ESPN and ESPN2 at the same time, or you cannot watch ESPN and ACC Network, or ESPN and SEC Network, or any combination of ESPN channels. So just please be aware of that. It does carry Fox and NBC, but only in limited markets. Does not carry CBS at all. It does not carry ABC at all. And you can see the channels that it does, the NFL-related channels it does carry down there. Orange basically will have ESPN. Blue will have Fox and NBC in some markets. It'll have NFL Network. Then if you want NFL Network Red Zone, you have to get the Blue Sports, extra add-on. So my opinion about Sling is that it's good in that it is the cheapest option to just get ESPN, or to get ESPN along with NFL Network or NFL Network Red Zone. But its DVR is small. It only allows one ESPN stream. It doesn't have any OTA channels for most markets. So those are all major downsides. I would say Sling is best for those who can get all their OTA stations via an antenna, and also fans looking to save money, because again, it is the cheapest option for many of the channels. It would be worst for fans who cannot get OTA stations via an antenna, and also fans who want to record and rewatch many hours of games, because as I said, the DVR is relatively modest. Next up, YouTube TV. So it has a base plan, $65 a month. It also has a Sports Plus add-on at $11 a month. It also has an add-on which allows you to view 4K content and have unlimited streams on your home network. The price is not actually listed on their website. You don't get to see it unless you actually have an active account and want to add it. It was originally announced at $20 a month, but some people reported that they were only charged like $10 a month or even less than that. Its DVR is unlimited, although you can only keep recordings for 9 months. And it allows 3 simultaneous streams, just on its base plan. You can see all the channels it carries there on the screen. Basically, it carries all of the NFL related channels, with the Sports Plus add-on being needed to get Red Zone. My opinion on YouTube TV is that it's an excellent choice because of having the cheapest base price with all the OTA network channels and the unlimited DVR. It's going to be best just for any general fans who want to record obviously many hours of football, fans who also want 4K content, but it would probably be worst for those who need ESPN Plus. And the reason is because our next service we're going to look at, which is Hulu with Live TV, includes both Disney Plus and ESPN Plus in its base $70 per month plan. Now, as I mentioned at the start, there is technically a $69 a month plan, which does not have either of those services if you don't need them. So you would save $1 plus whatever your local sales tax is if you're charged sales tax. It also has a sports add-on for $10 a month. It also Hulu, similar to YouTube TV, has an unlimited space DVR now with recordings up to 9 months, and that only went into effect again when they upgraded the DVR back in the spring. However, it only allows 2 simultaneous streams, but you can purchase an add-on for $10 a month, which will get you, it's called Unlimited Screens, which would get you unlimited streams, again, on your home network. You can see all the channels listed there that it carries. It's basically identical to YouTube TV, except, of course, it includes ESPN Plus, which will air basically one game this season coming up. So Hulu with Live TV is a great choice if you want Disney Plus and or ESPN Plus because they're included in the base plan. So basically, if you take the price of YouTube TV and then add on the cost of getting Disney Plus and or ESPN Plus separately, that cost is going to be significantly more than just getting the Hulu with Live TV, $70 a month plan. Also, like I said, its DVR is now improved. However, it still appears to be the case that you cannot fast forward through ads on live TV. Hulu with live TV would be best for general fans. Like I said, those who also subscribe or need Disney Plus or ESPN Plus, and of course fans who want to record many hours of football with its upgraded DVR. However, it does not offer 4K content, so those fans who are interested in that would probably want to look elsewhere. Next up, we have FuboTV. It currently now has two base plans, Pro at $70 a month and Elite, which is the one that offers 4K content at $80 a month. Also be aware that it has RSNs in certain markets, but it does charge a fee, which varies anywhere from like $3 to $9 per month if your market has an RSN, regional sports network, offered in it. It also has a Sports Plus add-on. I mean, it has other add-ons as well, but in terms of NFL channels, the Sports Plus add-on is the only relevant one. Its DVR includes 1,000 hours, but it does not have a time limit on saving recordings in terms of number of months or years. Both plans currently allow 10 simultaneous streams, on your home network, and you can see all the channels listed there. Again, it's basically the same as YouTube TV, where the base package has the 4 OTA networks, ESPN and NFL Network, but then you have to get a Sports Plus add-on in order to get Red Zone. FuboTV basically has the most expensive price point to get NFL Network Red Zone now. But it does offer, 10 simultaneous streams at no extra cost, whereas Hulu or YouTube TV would require you to pay extra, in order to get more than the 2 or 3 streams that they offer. It also offers more RSNs than other services, so that could be a benefit to some users who want the regional sports networks, to view baseball or hockey or basketball teams. So FuboTV would be best for, again, just general fans, fans who want 4K content, and also specifically fans who need certain RSNs for other sports. I'm looking at the AT&T Sportsnet RSNs in particular as ones that they carry that almost no other services besides DIRECTV stream carries. However, I would say this is the worst possible option for fans looking to save money, unless you need multiple streams. Because in that case, it actually comes out, it can come out a little bit cheaper or on par with some of the other options. Next up, we have DirecTV Stream. Again, this was previously known as AT&T TV, or before that, DirecTV Now when it was first introduced. It has 4 base plans, but entertainment is really the only plan that has all of the NFL-related channels in it. You don't get any NFL-related channels by going to higher plans like Choice or Ultimate or Premier. The DVR is now offering unlimited space, but you can only keep recordings for 9 months. Also, it allows 20 simultaneous streams, on the home network. You can see the channels in entertainment. It's just basically your 4 OTA networks, and ESPN does not have NFL Network, does not have NFL Network Red Zone. So the base price is actually comparable to other packages, entertainment, $70 a month. But it doesn't have NFL Network, doesn't have NFL Network Red Zone. However, it does have virtually all regional sports networks. So the main people that DirecTV Stream would be best for are, fans who need the regional sports networks for other sports, again, baseball, hockey, basketball, and fans who basically don't need or don't want, NFL Network or NFL Network Red Zone. But I would say for most general NFL fans, DirecTV Stream would probably be, a poor option, just because of the lack of NFL Network and NFL Network Red Zone. Last, we have Vidgo. Vidco now has two base plans. There's Plus at $60 a month, and there's Premium at $80 a month. They also have now introduced a DVR. It's only 20 hours, though, which is very small. You can only keep recordings for 9 months. And the DVR is included in the Premium plan, or for new subscribers, it's included in the first 90 days on the Plus plan. It does offer 3 simultaneous streams, but in terms of local networks, it only carries ABC and Fox. It does not have CBS. It does not have NBC. One thing to be aware of, too, is that it doesn't have every local ABC and Fox station. So in those markets, or really in all markets, it actually provides like a national ABC and Fox feed. So even if it doesn't have your specific local station, there will be an ABC and a Fox feed playing, in the guide. So for Plus, it has obviously ABC and Fox. It also has ESPN and NFL Network. However, Plus used to have NFL Network Red Zone, but it does not anymore. They moved it to the more expensive plan, or Premium. My opinion of Vidgo is relatively poor. It doesn't have all 4 broadcast networks because there's no CBS, there's no NBC. The DVR is very small. I previously used Vidgo for the past 2 falls, mainly for college football, and the service, to be honest, is very, very buggy, compared to others. But it is a relatively cheaper way to get ESPN and NFL Network. It is not the cheapest way, but it is a relatively, cheap way. So it's just going to be best for fans that are looking to save money. And it's probably going to be worst for fans who cannot get, local channels via an antenna, since, like I said, it's missing CBS and NBC. And also fans who want to record and, watch many hours of games, since its DVR is very, very small. Next up, we have some of the other, individual streaming services. So the first one is ESPN Plus. It now costs $10 a month or $100 a year. And again, that was as of August 23rd when they raised the prices. It does allow 5 simultaneous streams. And again, it will carry 1 NFL exclusive game in 2022. It's an international game featuring Denver versus Jacksonville on a Sunday morning. So if you're an out-of-market fan of either of those teams, then you probably want to subscribe to ESPN Plus. If not, just for NFL purposes, there's probably not much need for it, but it does have a lot of college football and others, soccer and stuff, other sports as well, that you may find it useful for. Amazon Prime is going to be carrying, Thursday Night Football this year with 15 exclusive games. The Amazon Prime service, it costs $15 a month now. They raised the price again, or $139 for the year. However, you can also subscribe to Prime Video only, meaning you don't get the shipping benefits and other ancillary benefits, for just $9 a month. However, the games will also be streamed on the Twitch app for free, based on what we've heard and what we've read. So just be aware of that. So if you're looking at purchasing Amazon Prime, meaning not a current member, it's basically going to be best for fans of teams who are playing on Thursday Night Football, which is going to be most teams, but specifically those out-of-market fans. Because if you're in market for a team that's playing on Thursday Night Football, you can watch that game via a local network, via a local broadcast network. Or general fans who just want to watch Thursday Night Football in general. And obviously, worst for, anyone else if you don't have any interest in, the Amazon Prime shipping or other benefits. Okay, next I want to talk about Paramount Plus. So Paramount Plus has 2 plans. The cheaper one is called Essential. It's $4.99 a month. The premium plan is $9.99 per month. The cheaper plan, Essential, includes your local in-market CBS, Sunday afternoon games, while Premium also includes a live stream of your local CBS channel and also has no ads except for live TV. So this is a good option for those who maybe cannot get CBS via an antenna, or subscribe to a service that does not carry CBS, like Vidgo or Sling. You could add on Paramount Plus to be able to view either your local CBS or just the CBS NFL Network games. However, if you can get CBS via antenna, or if your streaming service you subscribe to includes CBS, then there's not much need, at least from an NFL perspective, for Paramount Plus. Next up, we have Peacock. Peacock again has two plans. The premium plan is $4.99 a month or $49.99 for the year. Although there's currently a sale going on for each of those, $1.99 a month, and I think the yearly price is $30 a year, or I forget. The Premium Plus option is $9.99 a month, and you only need, again, the lower cost plan or premium to get the NBC Sunday Night Football games. However, the Premium Plus, the more expensive plan, has no ads on most of its content and allows you to also download content to be watched offline. Note that Peacock does not give you an actual NBC live stream. It basically just offers, like on-demand content from the NBC network shows. So similar to Paramount Plus, this is going to be best for those who can't get NBC via antenna or who subscribe to a service that doesn't carry NBC. Again, like Sling or like Vidgo. For everyone else, again, there's pretty much no reason for this, just solely from an NFL perspective. If you already can receive NBC either via an antenna or via a streaming service that you subscribe to. Okay, lastly, we have NFL Plus. So this is a new service, again, offered by the NFL, which basically replaces what Yahoo had offered for the past 3 seasons. So there's a base plan, which is just $5 a month, $4.99, or $29.99 for the year. Note that's a current discount rate. I guess the regular rate is supposed to be $39.99 per year, but if you go to the website today, that shows you $29.99 per year. And then there's the premium plan at $9.99 per month or $79.99 per year. So the base plan will have all your local and national games on mobile devices only. So that means phones only, tablets only, no casting. People have talked about using HDMI cables as outputs to hook up a phone to a TV. I haven't tried that myself, but some people have reported that it works. But anyways, it's intended to be on mobile devices only, and it includes also a live stream of NFL Network. So that's in the cheaper plan, the base plan, $5 a month. It also includes audio for all NFL games as well, basically the radio feeds. The premium plan, in addition to the base plan, will carry game replays for all games. So that's in market, out of market, all games every week. You can go online and you can watch game replays, and those are available on any device, TV, whatever other connected devices the NFL Plus app is on. Those are not restricted to mobile viewing only, the game replays. So the premium plan essentially replaces NFL Game Pass, which last year NFL Game Pass cost $100, for the season, in order to watch all the replays from like the all 22 footage, condensed games, and so on. So this is a good option for fans who, again, cannot get your local OTA stations because it's going to carry your local in-market games. Also, the premium plan, again, is good for those who want to watch out-of-market games but don't mind watching replays of them and don't need to watch them live. But otherwise, there's not really that much I can recommend, about this service. Again, it's limited to mobile devices, phones, and tablets only. And again, last year, previous 2 years, 3 years, this ability to watch the local and national games on mobile devices was free, but now it costs money. Now, just a couple things to know regarding the scheduling of NFL games. The first is the idea of flex scheduling or flexible scheduling. Basically, this allows the NFL to change the time of games on Sundays both into and out of Sunday Night Football. So from weeks 5 through 18, they have it set up such that they can take the currently scheduled Sunday Night Football game and they can move that to an afternoon time slot if the matchup ends up not being that appealing. And then they'll take one of the earlier games and move that down into Sunday Night Football. Now, sometimes it ends up affecting a third game, depending on how they have to move things around between the different time slots. But note, this does not affect the games that are already scheduled for Thursday Night Football, Monday Night Football, or Saturdays. Although one thing to keep in mind is the schedule for the 2 Saturdays that are going to show games, one in December, one in January. Those games are not announced as of yet. So some games from that week are going to be moved from potentially being on a Sunday to a Saturday. So that's just the first thing to be aware of. So don't automatically assume that, you look at the schedule and you see that your team, your favorite team, is going to be playing, whatever, in week 15 at 1:05 p.m. on CBS, because that game might end up being moved to Sunday Night Football on NBC, or it could end up being moved to a different time slot, or it could end up changing networks just because of how everything works out. Now, second thing to be aware of is cross-flex scheduling. So originally, CBS had all of the AFC, conference games between two AFC teams and games where an AFC team went on the road. And Fox, owned the NFC package, which has games between two NFC teams or games where an NFC team is on the road. But back in 2014, the NFL basically started putting cross-flex scheduling into, the schedule, or into the contracts that control the times and everything of the games. So basically what happens now is games can be moved back and forth between networks. So you will now see a game maybe featuring two AFC teams on Fox, or a game featuring two NFC teams on CBS, and vice versa. So just be aware of that. Cross-flex scheduling doesn't mean that every single game involving AFC teams is always going to be on CBS, and the same thing for NFC games and Fox. And just to kind of summarize basically what I just said, either of those rules, those scheduling conditions that exist, could cause a game that you expect to be on one specific channel, at a certain time, to either move to a different channel and or move to a different time. Now, next, I just have a couple resources that I want to go over and just share, and you can of course see these on the web version or the PDF version of the cord cutting guide. So the first is just kind of a summary chart with the main streaming services, and it's just got the main channels that air NFL games listed there, down the leftmost column. Then it just tells, whether each service carries that channel, and also for which packages it does. So again, there'll be a link to this in the description, but also it's featured as part of the the guide itself, both in the web format and the PDF version of it as well. Now, the next thing is just a chart which has some different combinations of specific networks on it, and it just shows the cheapest option to get all of those channels. So for example, the cheapest option to get ESPN is just the Sling Orange package, $35 a month. Or if you just wanted NFL Network, that's going to be Sling Blue, $35 a month. If you want Red Zone, the absolute cheapest way, again, it's going to be Sling with the Blue package and then the Sports Extra add-on, which will come to $46 a month, and so on and so forth. And you can see basically Sling is the cheapest option for just the cable channels, but when you get to adding in the over-the-air networks as well, paired with NFL Network and Red Zone, then YouTube TV comes out to be the cheapest option by a little bit. Now I want to talk about the playoffs, basically the NFL postseason. And so all the games in the playoffs are going to be split between ESPN, CBS, Fox, and NBC. ESPN is going to have one game. It's going to be the Monday night game in the wild card round. The wild card round now has 6 total games. Previously, it had just 4 of them, but now it has 6 total games. So there's like 2 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday, and then 1 Monday night. The rest of them, obviously will be split up in some combination between CBS, Fox, and NBC. The exact number of games that each of those networks is going to air is basically to be determined when you look at like the wild card round and the divisional round. But of course, the NFC Championship game will be on Fox. The AFC Championship game will be on CBS. The times of those games, switch. One starts at 3:05. One starts at 6:35. This year, the NFC Championship game is scheduled to air first at 3:05, and then the AFC Championship game is scheduled to air, after that. And then finally, the Super Bowl, Super Bowl 57, is scheduled to be aired by Fox. Previous years where Fox aired it, they streamed the game through the Fox Sports app with no authentication required, i.e., for free. You did not need to have a subscription to any type of streaming service or cable, TV package. Although nothing's officially been announced, for this year. Now, just quickly, just want to go through kind of what I consider my personal rankings. Comparing the various streaming services. So you can see them listed there on the screen. And just to mention, I would be totally fine having Hulu Live number 1 if you need ESPN Plus, whether it's just solely for the one NFL game it's going to air, or if there's other content on ESPN Plus that you'd like to watch, then putting Hulu Live first over YouTube TV would be completely understandable. One other thing to mention too is that if you can receive all 4 of the major OTA networks via an antenna, then I could definitely see Sling as option number 1 or option number 2, just because of the cost savings of it. Because it is the cheapest option to get NFL Network Red Zone, whether you pair it with ESPN or even without ESPN. But I have it down in the middle of the pack just because it only includes very limited OTA stations. And as for the rest of them, I have Fubo down a little bit lower than the others just because of the price, and again, Vidgo and DIRECTV Stream just because there are channels, that they're missing for each, and also, the price as well. And NFL Plus, obviously, because in terms of live events, you're limited to mobile devices only. So if you have any questions about cutting the cord and trying to watch NFL games, this specific guide, other cord cutting and sports related questions, please feel free to reach out to me via email or visit my website. I have, again, tons of videos up here about how you can download and save, record, either replays of events on the ESPN channels, on Fox, Fox Sports 1, Big Ten Network, other sports related channels or websites as well, using things like Streamlink or YouTube DL. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this guide. And again, look for a pinned comment below, which will have any changes, updates, or corrections.